CTV Calgary, local breaking news.
Good afternoon. Air Canada flight attendants are hours away from going on strike. Air Canada continues service at Calgary's airport, although flights tonight to London, Heathrow, Toronto and Vancouver have already been cancelled. The flight attendants would go on strike at 1 a.m. Saturday. Air Canada has also given notice to lock them out. Some Air Canada passengers say they sympathize with the flight attendants.
Honestly, I totally understand with the strike. I totally support them. So I understand that this is a consequence of that. So it doesn't create as much stress or frustration for me, but I understand lots of people will be stressed and frustrated.
I mean, we don't have any information yet. All flights are not cancelled at the moment, even those on Saturday. So we don't know if ours are affected or not. So the information policy is super weak.
Air Canada said it would notify customers of cancellations through email and text messages. The province says Alberta Health Services has reached a settlement for a new collective agreement with some healthcare workers. Contract negotiations have been going on for over a year between the Health Sciences Association of Alberta and AHS. It includes a 12% general wage increase over 4 years. The union recommends the tentative agreement, and voting starts at the end of the month. The HSAA represents around 29,000 healthcare professionals. A traveling panel collecting feedback on Alberta's grievances with Ottawa faced its largest crowd yet in Edmonton last night. The moderator struggled to keep the crowd on topic as outrage spilled over into interruptions and challenges to the government's agenda. Merrick Tkach reports.
We as Albertans must be able to respectfully debate and discuss these issues here with our friends, with our family, with their neighbours.
Premier Danielle Smith, along with 15 members of her Alberta Next panel, were in Edmonton on Thursday night, fielding questions and concerns from Albertans. It didn't take long for things to get tense.
And my response to the question is actually, in all 6 questions on the agenda tonight, is that Alberta doesn't really want you doing this right now. We don't want this.
Greg Oldring was the second person to come up to the microphone.
We're concerned about health, education, and the poverty that we're seeing. That our neighbors are living under tarps, and here we are talking about transfer payments and things that just don't move the needle for Albertans.
Others showed appreciation for an opportunity to address the Premier face-to-face.
Leaders in our community that are on this panel are here tonight when I think a lot of people would rather be on the golf course or on their deck having dinner, and they're here.
Some speakers took the opportunity to call out the Premier.
So, Danielle Smith, do you agree that Alberta should remain in Canada? And will you sign this petition?
Smith responded by calling out the federal government.
So they should have the same respect for our jurisdiction as we do for theirs, is what I would say. So yes, I do believe in a united Canada and an Alberta sovereign within it.
6 topics were discussed, including abandoning the CPP for an Alberta pension plan, a provincial police force to replace the RCMP, and immigration. Protesters were stationed outside the event.
This is a propaganda tour, and actually it's a pre-election campaign for Danielle Smith, and it's a waste of money.
The Alberta Next panel will hold 2 more town halls at the end of August, one in Lloydminster and the other in Fort McMurray. Merrick Tkach, CTV News, Edmonton.
A Calgary pastor charged with voyeurism has been dismissed from his church duties. Police allege Brad Dewar met women through church and captured intimate photos and videos of them at his home without their consent. The 68-year-old is listed as the secretary of Victory Churches International and was the former dean of the Victory Bible College. At least 3 victims have been identified. Victory Churches of Canada says it immediately dismissed Dewar from any and all roles with the church. It says their prayers are with all those affected. Police are releasing an AI image of a man found dead in the Bow River last year in hopes of finding his next of kin. Police say traditional methods for identifying the man have not worked, so they're hoping this AI-generated image will lead to someone identifying him. The man's body was recovered in March of 2024. He was wearing a pair of brown hiking boots with orange and black soles. He's believed to be between the ages of 55 and 70. Anyone with information about the man's identity is asked to contact police. And Calgary police are asking for help finding a 44-year-old man. Michael was last seen leaving the Shell gas station at McKnight Boulevard and Centre Street on June 2nd. He was wearing a red Toronto Raptors baseball hat, a Raptors hoodie, beige pants, and red and black running shoes. His family says he regularly uses Calgary Transit and speaks with the Polish accent. After a week-long water quality advisory, Cove Beach has reopened in Chestermere Lake. The area was closed by Alberta Health Services because of high fecal bacteria levels. AHS says recent testing shows the health risk is low, so the beach has reopened. AHS is also reminding Albertans to never drink or cook with untreated water at any time. The host committee for the North American Indigenous Games is blaming Tourism Calgary in part for the failure of the effort to bring the event to Calgary in 2027. Last week, the Games Council announced it was retracting Calgary's hosting rights, saying critical benchmarks were not met. The celebration of sport and culture was supposed to bring 5,000 athletes from across North America to Calgary. Today, the local host society issued a statement saying it faced shifting requirements and unreasonable demands. It says Tourism Calgary withheld operational funding from the City of Calgary, leaving the society without needed resources. The society calls the actions a step backward for reconciliation in sport and culture. Tourism Calgary has said the society did not meet key milestones and conditions. The Calgary Surge is heading to the West semifinals after last night's win against the Edmonton Stingers.
Close it out against their arch rivals in the Battle of Alberta. Here's a chance, Jameer Nelson Jr. And they're going to Vancouver.
Jameer Nelson Jr. and Evan Gilliard helped power the Surge past the Stingers with the final score of 103-95. The pair combined for more than half of the team's offensive production. The Surge now ready themselves to take on the number 1 seed, the Vancouver Bandits, on Saturday in the West semifinal. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more on the top stories coming up on CTV News at 5 and 6 or anytime online at ctvnews.ca/Calgary.